Hi there, free spirits. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. On this channel, I have posted a few monthly reset videos, but this one is different because one, it's a yearly reset, and two, I am showing my face. I don't know how I like showing my face on these videos because for me, it hides part of the template, so I can't see everything on the screen. The view of the person usually blocks the screen, so I was not showing my face on these types of videos for that reason. So if you have a preference, let me know in the comments. So in this video, I'm going to reflect on my 2023 goals, share my new planning and organization system, and then share my 2024 goals as well. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so this is my 2023 goals, New Year plan that I created at the end of 2022. So we're just going to go through and see if I accomplished any of these goals. So my theme or intention for 2023 was I want to be successful and live a minimal lifestyle. I was successful in some ways, but not in the way I was hoping. And as far as living a minimal lifestyle, I think I did pretty well, but I think I could have minimized a little more. So yeah, I did okay, but it wasn't exactly what I had pictured for 2023. So how do I want to grow in 2023? I want to be an expert and feel more comfortable dealing with stress. I think I did this because I had a very stressful year. This was one of the most stressful years, I would say, of my life, honestly. So yes, I think I accomplished that. Okay, I want to learn more about myself. I did that. I had wanted to, I think, journal a lot more this year, which I think I did. I bought a journal, I think, at the end of end of 2022. So, and I did use it quite a bit, and I'm really happy about that. Okay, I want to have one source of income where I can grow intellectually and or use my creativity. This did not happen. Yeah. And I also was inundated with school. So even though I wanted to, I think it was kind of on the back burner, unfortunately. Okay, so moving on to health goals. Reduce my sugary food intake. I think I did this, not so much in the beginning. I would say probably toward the end of the year, but I did end up reducing my sugary food intake, and I'm really happy about that. Okay, eat hearty lunches every day. I did not do that. I did some, but not a lot. So yeah, that was not achieved. Um, be consistent in cooking healthy meals. Did not do this either. I was inundated with school. I started off with 7 courses for fall semester, and then I ended up with 6 courses about halfway through. Long story short, and this just didn't happen. Yeah, so weight resistant train at least 2 days a week. I started off doing this, and then I stopped about part of the way through March because I had something to occur, and I didn't want to work out because I was afraid it might make something worse. And then I just kind of dropped off. I got back into it a little bit more in summer, but then and then a little bit in the beginning of fall semester, but then I just completely dropped it because the courses were taking up all of my time. And then run one day a week, same thing. I just didn't have enough time. And when I did have a moment, I just wanted to binge watch YouTube or, just sit down because I just felt so tired, I guess mentally. So yes, those were my health goals. Let's compare. Okay. So I did do a pretty good amount of growing in 2023. My health goals were almost kind of a bust, but I did complete a very important health goal, which was reducing sugary foods, and that was really important for me. So I at least achieved that one. Okay, relationship goals. Talk and connect with more people. I did not do this partly because I did not have a lot of time, obviously, with the 6 courses, and there were a lot of other issues as well, to keep a long story short. But yeah, unfortunately, I was not able to achieve that. And then read one book on relationships or psychology of people. did not do this either. I was so tired of reading. I did not even want to read part of my assignment readings because I was just, especially toward, I'd say November, end of November, I was just, I don't know if I want to say brain dead, but I was just really tired of reading. Okay, career goals. I want to be successful in at least 2 jobs or side hustles. No. I want to create at least one source of passive income. I kind of feel like this was a little redundant. So this is why I changed my whole new planning and organization system, which I'm going to go over next. But yeah, no, I want to finish my second poem book. I did not finish the poem book, but I did finish a couple of rough drafts. So I did kind of do that, but I did not actually finish it. I think I was planning on finishing the actual poem book and have it ready to publish, and that did not happen, unfortunately, but that's something I'm going to bring into the new year. I want to finish Unsaid Project number 2. No, did not do that. So that was not good. None of my career goals were achieved, but that's okay. School goals. I want to take 4 courses per semester. Absolutely did this, knocked this out of the water for fall. I want to make 3 A's the next 2 semesters to increase and or maintain my GPA. I did make 3 A's in the spring, but not the fall because, again, 6 courses and there were a lot of other issues as well. And I just had a lot on my plate, and there was, I did make 2 though, so that was pretty impressive for 6 courses, but I'm 1 short, unfortunately. Okay. I want to join at least 1 club in school this year. So this did not happen either. Funny story, the school I'm attending, they have on their website that they have an anthropology club and maybe a sociology club. I don't remember, and some other clubs. And I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to, I guess, socialize and really get into the spirit of student life. And I thought about it a couple semesters in, and I thought, I really want to join a club. I want to do something. I want to complete one of my goals as a student, studying abroad, I think was one, joining a club was another, and some others. So I thought, I really want to put some effort into this. So I had contacted someone in I forget which department, and they said, yeah, just reach out to them, to whatever emails provided, and just see what they say. And I almost did, but I didn't have the time. By the time I was able to, I guess, send something, there was someone else that was interested in the anthropology club. And come to find out, this school did not have an anthropology club at all. I think the last anthropology club or meeting was in 1980 something. So this person was trying to get it started back again. And so, yeah, that was a bust. Okay. Personal growth goals. I want to learn more about myself through journaling. Kind of redundant, but yes, I did that. I want to read 1 self-help book. No, I did not do that. I want to read 1 book on communication. No, I had no time for reading. There's no way. I want to keep my laptop, phone, and space decluttered. No. I started off doing this and then I just fell off because I was, again, so busy with school. Okay, money goals. I want to make X dollars per month. No, I did not do that. I want to have an emergency fund of X dollars. I think I wrote a couple of these goals because I saw these goals on other people's YouTube videos and for their New Year's goals setting, and I thought it would be a good idea, so I incorporated it into mine, and I just, again, didn't have the time to do any of that. Okay, so did not do that. I want to make at least 1 source of passive income. Again, no. I want to read 1 finance book. No. Okay, home goals. I want to live minimally and have a decluttered home. I think for the most part, I had a minimal space. I didn't buy a lot of extra unnecessary things. So I did not do that. I want to buy a small home. No. Okay, creative goals. I want to take some dance classes. No, I did not have the time. 6 courses wiped me out. I want to complete drawings for one of my projects. No. Again, just lack of time. Spiritual goals. I want to watch 2 videos a week on spiritual related content. No, had no time. I want to increase my participation in yoga. I did not really have a measurable amount of how much I participated in yoga in 2022. So I'm not really sure if I increased my participation in yoga this year or not. So I'm not going to give myself that one because, again, I have nothing measurable to refer back to. So I'm just going to not check that. I want to meditate more with guided meditations. I started doing this more in the beginning of fall semester, and then I just sort of dropped off because it got really crazy and chaotic. So I'm not going to give myself that one either because I was hoping to do it throughout more of the year and not so much a few weeks. Okay. Lastly, main goals for 2023. I want to complete 27 credit hours toward my bachelor's degree. So I did 4 courses in the spring, a little bit of math, 3 credit. Okay, 12, and then 6 would be 18. So I accumulated about 30 credit hours this year. So absolutely completed that. I want to create 2 steady sources of income with at least 1 passive income, preferably. Again, no, seems redundant, I know. Again, I'm changing this in my new planning and organization system. I want to practice mindfulness and better self-care habits. I think I started practicing more self-care habits maybe throughout the year, definitely later toward the end of the fall semester, though. I just, again, was so inundated with school, and I guess I sort of put that as a priority and put everything else on the back burner. So, okay, and then I had no travel goals for 2023. And so that is my reflection. I accomplished 3, 4, 5, 6 goals, not too bad for the amount of courses I had and the amount of schoolwork I had to do. So I overall think I'm really happy with myself and my progress. I definitely have a better planning and organization system going forward. I really thought out my goals, and I think in 2023 and even in previous years, I've put a lot of stress and pressure on me to complete a lot of goals and a lot in a short amount of time, and it's just not realistic. And I think I see that more now than I did then. So I'm going to keep that in mind for the next year. And yes, so with that, I'm going to go over to my organization and planning system and show you what I've created. So this is my dream life calendar. That's what I call it. This is my new planning system and goal setting system. And I've combined it into one and simplified it as much as possible. So as you can see, there's a database bank, and you have a hustle planner, a gratitude journal, and then underneath you have your daily tasks at a monthly glance, weekly glance, and so on. So I set this calendar up to be inspiring and also simple in a database. I knew first of all, I wanted a database because I wanted to be able to go back and see what I did either weekly or monthly to get to my goals or to achieve something specific, like a fitness goal, for instance. So I set it up like this, and I'm really happy about how it turned out. So as you can see here, you have your intention, and I just put success there as an example. But you could put anything, you could put joy or whatever intention you have for that month. And then on the right side, you have a quote, and this quote is supposed to be inspiring and help you mentally throughout the month. I just put a random quote here. This is the one I'm using for this month. It's "Where you're headed is more important than how fast you're going" by Stephen Covey, I think is how you say it. Okay, so we're going to start out with the monthly agenda. The monthly agenda is all of your tasks that you can see on this page, and it's just for the month. You could also filter it out by using the filter option and filtering it out by the month, as you can see, like that. And so that way you just see what's this month, and it won't show you, for instance, February 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, as you can see at the bottom here. And then you could just start planning your tasks. So you could do it on the monthly agenda, the weekly agenda, or I think one other, the task list. You could also use that one too. Okay, so let's say that you are going to, for instance, take out the trash. So you would type in take out the trash. And then what I would do is nomenclature this as a simple task for activity type. And then personally, I like to add the icon that matches the activity. As you can see, they both match. And then let me delete the filter so I can see it. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so then you have your task, and you can see, you can put different tasks wherever you may have them. You can plan ahead a month if you want. So let's say you have to buy school supplies, and you would do the same thing, academic, add icon, and then the book. And that way you can see at a glance what you have to do that day, which category it's under, and then also how many school to-do tasks you have, or how many simple tasks you have, or how many business tasks you have. So let's do business. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of looking filled out. So what I also incorporated in this calendar is a daily check-in. So you click new page, and then you scroll down and you click daily check-in. And this is your view, and you're going to be able to access the gratitude journal in this page. So this is how I plan on doing my daily check-ins. So obviously the activity type is done for you, and then the icon is already in place for you. If you want to change it, obviously you can. Notion is customizable. And then for me, and then you can put a priority level on it if you want, but this is normally supposed to be done in the morning. That's when I plan on doing it. And then you can just fill out your gratitude journal and link your gratitude journal here. So, for instance, click on month day 1. You could attach it to, let's see, it's day 4. So 4, and then the day, which is Thursday, the year, and then you can put whatever mood you're in. You can add as many moods as you want, and then you can type in your daily affirmation here. Okay, so that's how I would title my pages. So then you go back out of that, click the daily check-in, and as you can see, it's right here. And then all you have to do is gratitude journal, which probably should be up here. And then you click January 4, and it links automatically the daily affirmation and your mood. So I really like that. And that way you can kind of tell how you're feeling that day and how much you maybe want to take on, or you could go back and see how the month went, like if it was a good month or a bad month, because I actually went back this last year on, I think, my review sessions, and it was surprising to see that half of the year was actually positive, because this last semester for me was so crazy and chaotic that I thought this whole year was bad, but it actually wasn't. So that was a really good feature. So that is something I wanted to incorporate in this, to kind of keep up with my mood and see how the month actually went, because you might think by the end of the month that you had a bad month, but maybe you didn't. Maybe it was actually better than you thought. You had 20 days out of the 30 or 31 that were positive. So And then you could also either add a property if you want to list the things you're grateful for. So you could add a text property, or you could insert it down here in the text option or text box area. Okay, and then I personally would keep it in the calendar for keepsake, but if you don't want to, you can always just check it. And then that way you have your daily check-ins every day, and you can look to see what your affirmation is throughout the day if you want to keep you motivated and confident. Okay, so weekly agenda. This will show you your weekly view instead of a monthly view, so you can kind of minimize it and not get so overwhelmed at one time. If you prefer this view, you can always drag it to the front, or you can leave it second if you want. And then the trash is just filtered out to see one thing. And then let's go back to, let's just do weekly. And then let's say you have a goal, like a mini goal towards a larger goal. So let's say take 4 courses this semester is your goal. Obviously, you're going to activity type it, icon it, and then you can list the priority level. So if it's important, not as important, and low importance, or however you want to determine that. You could also either replace these circular dots if you would rather and put urgent or not urgent or whatever you want to do. And then you could add any notes if you want to add any notes. And then we're going to go over the Hustle Planner system in a second, but you can include your yearly goal that it's going toward, and also the action and intention to help you stay focused or to remind you, or both. And then the quarter, that way you know how many more days you have to put it off if it's not as important and other things are sort of coming up and they're more pressing. So that's basically how that works. And then the time block, if you want to choose, let's say, post Notion video and you want to post it at 2 p.m., you just check end date, include time, and then let's put 1 p.m. and then 2 p.m. So maybe 1 to 2, and there you go. And then if you go to the time block section, you will see what you have due when, and it sort of gives you a time blocking feature. This is horizontal, it's not vertical like Google Calendar, but it still gives you a pretty good idea of how your day is going to go. And I personally like this better than a lot of the other ways to time block in Notion because it's just simpler, it's automated, and if you have another task, for instance, it's just easier because if something starts at 1:15 and maybe you've uploaded this video at 1 and you have something else that you have to do at 1:15, you can always add that. And then you have the task list. So if you prefer putting your tasks in the table database, you have this option. And you can rearrange these tabs however you want. The trash is simply when you've checked something off, then it will go in the trash. Okay, and then I have a meal plan. This is the weekly agenda view, basically. And you can either plan your meals in that, or you can link other databases. So if you have your own recipe database and you want to just link everything to this one database, you can using that view. And then you have monthly reflections and yearly reflections. The monthly reflection is pretty self-explanatory, so we'll just use. Okay. So then you can choose an icon if you want, and then the date, and then you click monthly reflections. And this will pop up so you can track your habits. You can refer back to the other database that I have underneath this, and you can see how many days you did whichever goal. So if you wanted to meditate so many times a day, or so many times a week, however many times you wanted to meditate. I have it every 30 days. If the month had 31, you would just put in 31. And then if you meditated 5 days that month, you would do it. Just add 5 like that. And then for the meal plan, if you want to change up your meal plan, or if you want to go ahead and prep the next week, or if you want to make some notes on how to improve the meal plan, you can in this area. Same thing with budget. If there's something you think you should improve or something you want to note to get better at your budgeting system or for budgeting in general, you can just make a quick note there. And then you have your reflection questions. And then you have a quarterly reflection. If it's not a quarterly month, obviously you can just delete that. So that's the monthly reflection. And then we'll go to yearly reflections. Similar thing. So we're just gonna go down yearly reflection, and you add in the date. There's already an icon there. If you want to click on that and change it, you can. And then these are your questions for the yearly reflections. And then you just fill that out right here. You just type whatever, and then it'll just automatically save it. And then you can actually use your monthly reflections to finish your yearly reflections, and that way it's quicker, easier, and it's in the exact same database. You don't have any more pages or any more clicking to do. It's all right here. Okay, this is the Hustle Planner. So you have planner directions if you get lost or I'm not sure which box is supposed to be for what, and you can always come back to this video if you need some guidance into the Dream Life Calendar or the Hustle Planner or both. So you can insert the year for the calendars. 2024 would be the next one as I'm making this video. And then you can insert your quarterly goals if you want into each box, and I have everything divided up quarterly. If you want to sew your first dress for the first quarter, the target date would be March 31st, and then try 3 new recipes. You can refer back to it here when you're on this main Hustle Planner page. Just a quick glance. And then you have your pages here. You can go in and decorate them as you want, and then you can link your main Dream Life calendar in each calendar page if you want to do that. If you don't, you can delete them and just use the main Dream Life calendar. And then if you do want to use them, you can come down here, and I have an archive calendars database, and you just drop them in there. And that way you can keep them in one place and you're not accumulating so many pages. And then here you have your projects. I just put some declutter items in here. If you want to add your own or whatever, you can delete them or add to it if you want. Task reminders is a place where you can dump anything that you can think of. So if there's something you think you need to do for one of your goals, you can dump it here and then figure out when to do it later. And then I have categories here. These are all the categories you can use when you're creating your yearly goals. I personally used all of these last year. However, I'm going to change that system up this year. And as you can see, I have 5 main goal categories: personal, business, school, spiritual, and philanthropy. And then I've set them as all inactive. These are just examples, they're not mine. And then I decided to use a subcategory because I was kind of tired of having like 10 categories, however many are in there. And as you saw in the reflections, it got really redundant. So I broke it up like this. And then the subcategories are broken down into journal, video, health, home, connection, self, volunteer, university, main income, and side hustle. For an example, let's say you want to meditate 2 times per day. You can just add your steps in this column for action notes / steps. And if you want to incorporate how many days of the year basically that you need or plan on finishing spiritual journaling or meditating, you can incorporate the number here, and then you can go to your goal tracker here, and you can insert your goals. So if it's meditation, you just add meditation, and then you can check it off every day of that month. And then you can go back every month for your monthly reflections and list all of your goal tracking habits that you wanted to track, and then you just count how many days of that month that you completed it and keep track like that. And then you can go back here to the steps and see, okay, I wanted to finish 208 videos per year, and you can put that as one of your goals. And if you checked it off 208 times, then you've completed your goal. And you can also consider which quarters you want to complete your goals in. So for this one, I have all four, 1, 2, 3, 4, but you can just choose 1, 2, or 3. So for this one, I chose Q1 and Q3. And then for target date, you can choose any target date. So let's say for this one, technically the target date would be September. So then you would just put September 30th, and there you go. And then if you completed the entire goal, you just check it off with the trophy symbol. And then you can also keep track of where you are. So you can say if it's active and you're currently working on it, pending, maybe you had to put something off because you maybe decided against that goal, or you decided another goal was more important. And then if you complete it, obviously you can hit complete, or you can just check the box. Hi, Editing Daphne here. So there's one thing I forgot to mention. So in this goal tracker database, I created and customized every single month. So each month has the calendar looking icon with the number and the corresponding cover photo with the same date. And then each one has its own design each month. Each day within that month is the same design, but each month has its own design. So this is January's design, and I love how these turned out. Let me just show you April real quick because I love April. I was really impressed with how it turned out, and it's probably one of my favorites. So this is an example of what an April calendar or April goal tracker page looks like. Isn't that so gorgeous? I loved how that turned out. It took me a while to get this uploaded to Notion, but I'm so glad that I did it. And even though it took a lot of time, I really love how it turned out. And I have to say, April is probably one of my favorite months in the goal tracker for that reason. So I just wanted to show you that because I thought it looked really cool. So that is how my new goal setting and planning system works. I'm really excited about it. And I will be doing a lot of monthly reset videos with this new planning system. And yeah. Okay, so that is my Hustle Planner and Dream Life Calendar new planning and goal setting system. If you are interested in these templates, I will leave a link to them in the description box below where you can get them. And then I will also leave an alternative calendar for you to download if you would like as well, to give you a couple of options. Personally, I like this one obviously because there's a few more features and I really love how it turned out. So thank you for clicking on this video and thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.